Oh, hey, there's something that I've just noticed working with a lot of animals, working with people that just really gets me thinking a lot about something that I feel like I see in people that I've never seen in animals. And they just don't display this characteristic, this behavior, this way of being. And that way is being of pushing and pulling. If you don't understand what I'm saying, give me a second. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. and I was born July 4th of 1986. And when I say push and pull, I'm talking about the concept of what it is that we as humans do that I've never ever seen an animal do this before. And that's the concept of you do everything you can to try to get, say, close to something. Anything. It could be an animal, it could be a person, it could be an item. You do everything you can, or it could be work, it could be a skill set that you're trying to obtain. It could be anything that you're doing. And you're pushing so hard to get to it. You're pushing in it, you're 100% in, you're just like, I like this, this is awesome, this is great. And then something happens, and or nothing could even happen. It could just be something in your own mind where you're just like, I might fail. It might not work. So then you start pulling away. You pull away, you pull out, you just bail. You're just like, I can't do this, I can't be a part of this, I can't continue to move forward with this. This is starting to get too risky. And then it really gets into a real interesting situation where I just really see it with, especially with these dogs, and especially just everything that I've worked with and everything that I keep on studying, that I don't ever see them run into a situation that they just like, I'm gonna pull back now. You know, I know that you've been doing good. I know that you've been being nice. I know that you've been firm, staying to what it is that you're saying and you're doing. I know that you're constantly moving forward and I don't see anything going on here. So I have no reasons to like not believe in you, not trust you, not to have anything with you. But I do notice this happens in humans a lot, where because something happened in your past, something happened before, because this does happen to dogs. I've noticed with the other animals, with specific dogs, this does happen to, but you have something in your past happen. So say the dog was getting abused in his past. Its old owner used to yell at him a certain way, used to be mean with him a certain way, used to hit him with certain stuff in a certain way, used to just not be clear about what it is that's going on, so that made them, had this fear in them of, I'm not sure. But once they come to you, once they realize, hey, you're consistent. Hey, you're not doing those things. You're completely different from anything that I've had before, and you're staying firm with who you are. The dog just comes on and just says, buddy, I'm gonna stay here. I like this. I could do this. I appreciate this. I like this. I want this, and I want to keep continuing to move forward with this. But human beings, we do some different stuff. We do some very different things. When things are going good, when things are looking smooth, when things are nice, when things are just moving smoothly, you have it in your brain. You're like, well, they might do what that person back there years ago or months ago or weeks ago even would do. Like they're gonna do that. So let me treat them, or let me set my life up to make sure that if that does happen, I'm good to go. Like I'm safe, I'm secure. And I'm telling you, this is a very toxic way of living on this planet. Thinking that everybody is gonna be the same as what used to be and what used to be around. You have to know and make sure and have it in you that even if it does happen again, it might be because what's inside of you is saying that you want it to happen. So you start lining yourself up to make sure that you putting little baby habits of yours in there to say to that person, I know you're gonna do this, so I'm just gonna project my future upon you to make you do this so that you do this so that I can say, aha, see, there it is. I knew you were gonna do it. As opposed to just living and experiencing life and knowing that every single person, every single thing, every single experience is an absolutely new one. If you're bringing all your old stuff into your new stuff, I'm telling you, you're gonna be damaged is all I can say. You're gonna not live a fulfilled life. You're gonna be struggling day by day, just always wondering, oh, did I say this right? Did I do this right? Did this happen right? Did I do that wrong? You're always gonna be going through that in your mind with just never feeling like you're ever good enough, because you're always gonna be looking at what failed before, what didn't happen before, what just left on you before, what cheated on you before, who damaged you before, as opposed to just looking at what's new in your life. Is going to be something new. It's going to be a whole new chapter. But I'm telling you, if you bring the old to the new is going to be there. It's the same with working with dogs. If I bring the old stuff, if I notice that my dog flinches a certain way when I have a certain item in my hand. I worked with a dog once that the little poop scoop things, the little sticks, he would get terrified when I pick it up to pick his poop up, because he was someone at some point more likely touched that dog with some sort of staff. And this dog was he was terrified. He was absolutely terrified. Now, if I would have came at that dog with that stick and then I hit that dog, then yes, he would look at me like, yep, you're the same as the rest, so let me move on and run away and not deal with you and not mess with you. The dog would recognize that and be that. But when I don't do it day after day, and then when I actually come to that dog, I see he's scared, I'm like, hey man, and I'm starting to coach him through it to say, hey, everything's okay. Everything's all right. There's nothing to worry here. There's nothing to be in panic about here. Like, let me show you. Actually, let me give you some treats even with it to show you that this is actually a pretty cool stick. It may not be a stick that you're used to, but it's just a once or twice thing in a day that we use to be able to help me so I don't have to bend all the way over to do what I got to do. And then the dog really just looks at you and it's relieved. It's like, okay, you're not the same. Let me move forward. And I'm never even gonna worry about that anymore. That's something that I've noticed with all the, say, negative behaviors that all my personal dogs that I have, my May, and especially my Kahi. When we got together, they had this, I'm not sure, but once they saw day after day, week after week, month after month, passing over this year of realizing, wow, this guy is not doing what I used to get. The guy is not being anything that I used to be. They just completely calm down. They just say, hey, I'm good. I like it here. I love it here, actually. I appreciate it being here. I appreciate what it is that you offer me. I appreciate what it is that you do for me. And that's something that me and my May in specific, that we really gotten into a whole different level of relationship, because she's starting to finally I'm done. I'm good. You're good. You got nothing's wrong here. We finally getting into a whole new place of life. But it's something that I just noticed that humans just don't do. Just don't do this. We just are always thinking, oh, it might be like that over there. Oh, it might be like this over there. That guy might be like that guy before. Oh, that girl might be like this girl before. Oh, this job might be like that job before. This career that I'm trying to do might be like this new job, business startup might be the same as my last business startup. And you start running into that. And especially when it comes to like business stuff, that can really, really, really damage, sabotage you, bring you down to absolutely worthless nothingness in your mindset and your thinking, because you would say, oh, that business failed, so this one's going to. And it's like, no, that's not the case at all. But we sabotage ourselves by doing things to get it to fail. We sabotage it. We put ourselves in the middle of it. We put ourselves out there. We feel vulnerable. We feel a little like, I might have put myself too far in there this time. But yet, you have no choice but to do that. You have no choice, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to gain and get the success that you're looking for on this planet. And that's the only way, I'm telling you, the only way you're going to. If you're looking at every single new thing as if it's going to be like the old, I'm telling you, I'm promising you, and guaranteeing you that it's going to be like the old. Because you're going to put all your old stuff right into the new stuff. You got to just get calm, get collected, get cool, and get understanding with who you are, what you want, what you're trying to do, and just say, I want something new. I want to be about something different on this planet. And I don't want to have the same old stuff no more. And I'm not even going to allow the same old stuff to come in, because if I see it, I'm just going to kick it off and I'm just going to move it away. But at the same time, you got to be careful about all that. Otherwise, you're not going to have anything in your life. You got to understand that nothing. This is something that one of my old homies said to me before. He said, Mark, your expectations may be messed up. You might have them too high for everything and everybody. And I was like, man, it took me a couple years to really think about that, to get that into my brain, of knowing that nobody's perfect. And I'm not perfect. Even though I strive to do everything in a like perfect type manner, nothing is perfect in that way. That someone and something and everybody is going to have something that's going to disagree with what it is that you like, disagree with what it is that you're about. But it's all about the matter of having open communication, to understand that just because we have this disagreement doesn't mean that everything is going to be like it was before. Because if you bring all your old stuff in, I'm telling you, you're going to create that. Because when comes a disagreement with, especially like people, you are going to push all that old stuff in, and that disagreement is going to make that other person look at you as if like, what is going on? And then they're going to start challenging you. Then they're going to start debating you. Then they're going to start having issues with you, because you're just not looking at it as, this is a whole new character. This is a whole new person. This is a whole new experience. This is a whole new life. This is a whole new set of everything going on here that is not going to be the same as the old in any sort of way. Because the one greatest thing about this planet, people, the one greatest thing that I've just really come to realize is probably, hey, Oreo, you kind of far back there. The one greatest thing that I just really recognize on this planet is the fact of individualism, and knowing that we are all completely unique and we all completely want completely different things. We all look at everything as just what it is that we see our eye is what it is. I think that that's beautiful and you think that it's ugly. I think that that is amazing and you think that it is the stupidest thing on the planet. And that's the most beautiful thing about this planet. And it's something that a lot of us really need to start pushing more and more about that, and understanding that the new person is not going to be pretty much anything like the old. The new dog is not going to be anything like the old. The new business startup is not going to be anything like the old. It will if you bring all your old stuff into the new. That's just a matter of fact, fact on fact on fact on fact on life on fact on life. That is just what it is. That is all that's going to come to you. If you keep tuning the old stuff to bring into the new, you're always going to have the old stuff. And with that, man, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for today. Today's been a very interesting day in a way of just doing a lot of thinking on the whole concept of pushing and pulling, the whole concept of going into something, going deep into something, putting all your dreams, all your thoughts, all your energy, all your everything into something, putting everything into it, and then realizing that once you get there, once you get to that point that you're kind of like at no return, you can't get out of it now. Now you're kind of a little far in, and then you start to get a little tipsy-toesies on it. And then you try to just push away from it. Like, oh, nope, I can't handle that. It really put a lot of thought in me today on just really looking at everything that I do on a day-to-day basis of making sure that I'm not a part of that. Because I know for a fact that I used to be a part of that. I used to look at every single person as they were exactly the same people. Like, you're just going to be like that. You're just going to be like this. You're just going to be like this. Just looking at someone in 5 minutes and saying, yep, I see it. There it all is. And not actually trying to get it to know that person. Not actually trying to get more closer and closer to these people to really start to see what it is and that's actually going on with them, what it is that they actually are. Because in my mind, I was saying you're the same because I was making them be the same. That's why for me, I could say I had 2 ex-wives that are both the same women. They're both the same woman. I don't care what either one of them have to say, but they both the same because I put my energy in both of them from a previous relationship even before them. And that's something that today I just have been so thankful to be able to be in a whole lot of mindset, a whole lot of thinking, a whole lot of deep thought. I had an absolutely amazing walk of just strolling on it. For the first time, not like rampaging and just getting through it and running and cruising and doing so much, but just relaxing and looking around. And I'm so thankful. Oh my goodness, God, your land is absolutely spectacular. It is absolutely amazing. All the birds, all the squirrels. I'm not a big fan of the squirrels, but when they're out away from me, they can do what they do. All the everything, the clouds and the sun and the way the wind moves, that I can feel it, but I can't see it. It's just absolutely amazing. And it's just really made me think a lot today about making sure that when you start to get nervous about something, don't try to bring your old stuff into the new nervousness. Create a new path. And being nervous, there's nothing wrong with being nervous. And that's something to me that I really just had to really get a good understanding of my own self with what it is that I do. And making sure that even if I am nervous, don't try to just quit. Don't try to just run away from it. Knowing that if you keep doing that, you're going to keep having problem after problem. And if you want to live that life, I mean, I don't understand it, but I understand it. I don't understand it in the sense that I would want to see everybody growing and getting better on this planet and not being the same and getting worse. But I understand if you don't want to take that risk, if you don't want to see what's next that could happen. I understand it. But at the same time, I want to make sure that we are all constantly moving in a way that's bettering ourselves, and not just ourselves, but bettering our planet. And not just our planet, but bettering something that God needs us to be able to fulfill for this planet. And that's something that a lot of us really need to start asking a little bit more, instead of asking, what do I need? What do I want? But what does God need? What does God need me to do to get done? And for me, that's something that I know certain things that I do, that I'm setting myself up to be able to do what it is that he needs and do what it is that he wants and do what it is that I have no choice but to do. Because there's some things in reality, I don't even know how to explain it. I really don't know how to put it into words, that I have some things that I have to do and I can't back down. I have no choice. Like, I just can't not do it. I have to do it. And I know that is not something that is within my own being, me. That is something that is of a God, powerful, to be able to push me and be able to use me and utilize me to be able to do some things. There's just some stuff I don't know how to explain it, people. I don't know how. It's like even just setting this camera up and speaking and saying some stuff that I don't have a choice. I don't know how to say that I don't have a choice. That if I don't do it, I get this or if I get this, I feel a little lazy. I get this just like literally a slap in the back of my mind in a brain function going on that just says, you got stuff that you got to do, man. Let's get up and make it done. I don't care how you feeling. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what is going down in your world. Get up and get it done. And I don't know what that is. And I don't know how that is. But all I know is I got more and more of that, the more that I started to understand and appreciate who God is and who created this planet and who created me, who created you, who created these dogs and created all these animals and created everything for me to be able to use and utilize and be able to be around. I'm just extremely passionate about being able to have and see and just do what it is that I do. I spend the time that majority of people spend watching TV, I spend that time walking, just not aimlessly, but semi-aimlessly, out in the land and just listening and watching and studying and paying attention to just everything that's going around me. And that's the time that's been really able to just upgrade and fulfill me in a little bit more of a greater way than just trying to find the next best thing. Just kind of just being here right now, just checking this out here right now. Even before getting out here and setting this camera up, just sitting in my chicken coops and just watching them, just being here and just seeing here, right now, like this is awesome. This is amazing. And this is how dogs work. This is how our animal works. This is how our world works. But that's not how people work. People are always all past and all thinking of some future stuff that could be wrong. And instead of just being here and just knowing right here, how is it? Is it good? Is it great? If it's not, then let's go over here so that you can make it good, so that you can make it great. And just stay right here. If you're not happy with right here, right this second, I'm telling you, right here, right now, do something. And it's not going to happen later, and it didn't happen before. And I'm just so thankful. I don't know how else to be so thankful to be able to have the chance to be able to continuously be here and do what it is that I do and be able to stay strong with what it is that I do and be able to stay persistent with what I do, and knowing that I don't have anybody to tell me other than I'm telling you, I got God telling me, you got some stuff that I need you to do, and I'm not going to give you a choice to back out and not do that. And for me, I absolutely enjoy that. I love that. And it makes my life so much easier because it sets me up to know I could just go here and do this and things are going to be fine for me. I can go here and go do that and things are going to be fine for me. I don't need to like figure it out. I've got God to be able to just manipulate me, use me, abuse me to get what I need to get done. And I've noticed that the more that I do that, the better my life keeps getting. I'm not so stressed. I'm not so anxious. I'm not so worried. And if I do start getting into those feelings, I just have an instant, I know exactly what to do to get out of it and to get away from it. And it's something that I want more and more people to be able to have and be able to experience and be able to be about, because it's an absolute blessing to be able to have and to be able to be such a way like that, as opposed to just not knowing and not having a good understanding. Man, that's a big gun. That's like a 50 cal. I'm sorry. But I get nervous when I hear a big round shoot off, because it's like, why do we have some of that, people? I still don't understand guns personally. But yeah, that's a whole talk for a whole nother day. But it's just a very, very interesting thing that once I've been able to just submit myself to understanding that God's in control, that I don't need to do it anymore. I'm telling you, I've just gotten less stressed, less anxious, less depressed, less irritated. And do I still get it sometimes? Yeah. Do I still get a little, I'm not sure? Yeah. But I have a way to be able to know and be able to test and be able to challenge how to be able to get what it is that I'm looking for. For me, I don't know what it is, and I don't know how this concept works, but it's something I talked about months ago before about when I started running into situations where I'm not sure, I just stop eating. I just quit the food. I'm just like, I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to eat until I can figure this out, until I can get past or get a better understanding of where I should go now. And for me, I don't know what it is, but that seriously works. And it works in not even hours anymore, because I'm already limited on what I consume and how I consume and what I do. But it works really, really fast for me. It allows me to be able to just get more clear, just relaxes me. It brings me, I feel like, closer to God and closer to an understanding of myself and closer to understand what it is that he actually wants me to do and actually pursue. And I want more and more people, I'm telling you, that I'm out here doing something that I never would have done and never was set up in my life. Never. Hey, Shadow, we good. And I'm doing some things that just I've never been a part of. And it's just something for me that is just absolutely amazing to be able to be here, to be able to share a story of someone who was man, I was damaged. I was destroyed. I was hurt. I was trying to harm myself on a day-to-day, if not hour-by-hour basis. That I had everything set up. I even changed all my gear up lately, actually just this past week, because I'm tired of seeing the old stuff of me, and I want to bring in the whole new part of me. So even yesterday, I made myself a whole new necklace on taking the old out, the old destructive out, and putting in some new and great stuff and magnificent things. And to be able to have a better understanding of knowing who God is and what he's all about, to be able to get me into a better place on this planet, to be able to help out another person, to be able to get into that exact same place. That I can't see him, I can't speak to him, I can't touch him, I can't even relate with him. But somehow, just having this belief of knowing that I'm not the one, I'm not the creator, I'm not the chosen being to just rule and be the manipulator of everything and everyone out here. Once I started to understand that, and I started to understand that something created me and something created all this, I'm telling you, my life has only been just getting better and better. And especially in the ways of not even just emotionally, which is a great thing, but even financially, and even ways of just being able to help other people in ways that just, I don't know, the way that I could put a smile on someone's face, the way that I can help someone with something that they're struggling with, that they're having problems with, it's just been an absolute blessing for me. It's just something that I want to be able to share to more and more people, and to be able to give more and more people, and to be able to give more information and more insight to more and more people, to be able to help out some more and more people, to let you know, just because some old stuff happened to you doesn't mean that it's going to continue to happen. It will if you keep bringing it in. But let the old stuff go and bring the new in, and just embrace the new, and understand that everything is not going to always be so perfect and so easy. There's going to be some challenges. But when you take those challenges with a whole new beginner's mind to be able to move forward with something great, you're only going to just have an absolute blessing of an experience on this planet. And sticking to old stuff, thinking that everybody's going to be that old, I'm telling you, that's such a evil way of living. I'm going to say that's something that, if the enemy is trying to get us down, that's one way that they're definitely going to do it, on getting you to think that every single person is the same, that every single white person is the same, every single black person is the same, every single Asian person is the same, every single mixed person is the same. That's a good way to get the enemy to just really mess with people's brains, to think that everyone is the same because of how they look. And that's for me, that I've been challenging like crazy when someone says to me, oh, I've got a border collie, or I've got a pit bull, or I've got a German shepherd, and they're all like this. And I say to you, 100% false that is. They have some similar, very slim characteristics, but they are completely unique, completely different. Every single one is like none of the next. They are all completely different. And that's something that I've been challenging, I've been pushing real hard with, because I get tired of people saying that about it, because everything out here is unique. Nothing's the same. All these trees out here are unique. Not a single one is nowhere near close to being the same, nowhere near the same. Every single one. Nothing is nowhere close. Everything is completely unique. Every single piece of grass, every single cloud, every single thing out here is completely unique. And that comes to the same as being with all of us, with all of everything that goes on around us, that if you want to come at the world thinking that everything is going to be the same, you're hurting. You're hurting. And I want to be one to say, just get away from thinking that just because something is going good and you need to sabotage it, you need to run from it, you need to get away from it, because it's just not, you think it's going to be something that you kind of want to be on the upper hand of, the upper hand of it, thinking that I'm going to get out of it before they get out of it. That's something that a lot of us need to start working on with ourselves, to be able to get ourselves in a better place and a better situation. And with that, I just got to head on out of here and continue to do what I'm doing. I need to grab some food, and I just want to say thank you for everything that's been going on, and thank you for paying attention to the words that I have to say, and thank you for understanding that things are challenging, but if you keep on working on it and you keep on getting past it, you're going to realize things are going to be super, super amazing and super, super great on this planet. Thanks.